A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. As we begin today, greetings, traders. It is I, Abdul Shabazz. And this is Some Real Change Stock Options Trading Journey. And today, thank you for tuning in and being a part of this journey. June the 25th. So glad that everybody is in the building this morning. Hope you guys had a great evening last night and are ready to go today. Huge gap down yesterday. Let's take a look at what's going on this morning. Get my whole chart set up right now, guys, so be patient with me. Aaron is in the building. Good morning, buddy. We'll start with this weekly, Aaron. We'll start with this weekly calendar, this weekly chart. So, Aaron, let's go over this setup, Matt, real quick. Since I got you on here, I'm going to show you how I set my lines, okay, and what I do. None of my alarms got hit yesterday. So this is what we're looking at for the week. This was yesterday, okay, because yesterday was Monday. So where we really want to get to for me, Aaron, is under this 541.7. We get up under there, okay, that will effectively have us trading underneath this shooting star. So that is something that I personally want to see. With that being the case, I'm going to put an alarm down here because I want to see that. Okay, that's something that I definitely want to see. All right, so this is the weekly chart. I'm starting off right here on the weekly chart. Weekly chart, check. Everything on that is exactly where it's supposed to be. On the weekly chart, I use dark red lines, dark green lines. Now let us go to the daily chart. Okay. Let's blow that up. I don't need so much to the right. I got so much going on to the right. Don't need that big ass expansion area. Reduce it a little bit. All right. Now let's talk about the daily chart. Okay. This is what we are looking at. A lot of small body candles. A lot of small body candles. That gap was closed, filled yesterday, and then we retraced right back. Very interesting. Even at the low right now, we're trading between here. Oh, that's the bell this morning. All right, well, let's see what's going on. We'll get to it. We will get to it and work it out. That is the daily. So allow me to see what we're looking like on the daily. Just keep in mind today is Tuesday. Okay. Keep that like that. So we got our weekly charts. We got our daily chart. Now let us go ahead and get the 30-minute chart together. See what we're looking like. Give us some room here. Nice size 30-minute chart. Nice clear. Okay. 15-minute chart to the left. Good morning, team. Good morning, Matthew. 15-minute chart we have over here in the bottom left. We're getting that a little more clearer as well. Okay. 2-minute chart. See where we at here on the 2-minute chart. Consumer confidence report comes out at 10 a.m. too. Thank you so much for that. It's the beautiful thing of operating as a team, because I did not know that this morning, but it does play into my rules as far as waiting and allowing the market to set itself up. Also, we know majority of contracts expire on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also, this week, a lot of contracts will be expiring. A lot of monthly contracts will be expiring as well. Having no bias this morning. We simply want to observe what's going on and identify areas of a potential trade. Does anybody have any trade ideas that they would like to share with the team this morning? Anything anyone is looking at that might be a benefit to us all? Please feel free to put it in the chat. If you're taking a little bit more time to analyze things, I understand that as well. With today being Tuesdays, on Tuesdays, I typically only like to trade A+ setups on Tuesday. I will, however, keep in mind that this is the third week of the month, and a lot of monthly options will be expiring this week. All right, I didn't put up pre-market. There wasn't really a need for pre-market. Okay, we did have a gap up. Okay, a nice $2 gap up from pre-market. Let's take a look at that gap up real quick. Good morning. Big Money Lance is in the building. Hey, man, I've been missing you, man. Glad you're back, man. Boy, wait till you guys see what I have been through. But I'm back, recommitted to the channel, recommitted to the growth, back at the home office. You can see that gap up from yesterday. Okay, this is where we closed at here, okay? After that gap up, okay, after yesterday's close, we had a nice gap up. We did have a mysterious transaction that took place here in the very early hours of the morning, from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the morning. Very interesting. Truly showing you the market does not need us. So while we have the edge, let us use the edge to only trade when that edge is present. After that, we hit that 542 and went all the way back from 542 to 544. And now from that 544 gap up, we are descending from that currently down to the 543. Okay? So now with that being the case, we want to be just a little bit more patient and allow the market to present itself to us. Now, one thing that we did identify as we look over here in the bottom right corner for the weekly chart, we do have a beautiful shooting star that has formed itself on the weekly chart. But what we want to see is trading underneath this shooting star to be the criteria that needs to be met in order to take this trade. This could be a very huge, large trade because this is on a weekly setup. Now, we also know, according to the rules, that a failed shooting star is a very powerful bullish sign. So right now, we can understand the chop that we are having. And we are literally having chop right now. Let me show you on a handy dandy line chart. As you can see clearly that we are having some sideways chop right now. Nonetheless, it's still early, 9:35. Thank you guys for tuning in. We've got Jamani Brisby, my little brother, has joined in. Mo Money, good morning to you, buddy. Jamani said, Miss Arbella would be so proud of me. Miss Arbella was my brother's teacher. My brother wasn't able to be in all of the classes with us, but we thank God for Miss Arbella. She was able to help him, get his speech and reading up, and he's doing the best he can. He's not a trader right now. He's an observer, but I love him still. So thank you, Jamani Erbele, for joining us. Back to the regular scheduled business. Now, that is how we're looking on the weekly chart. So we're red on the weekly. We are red on the daily chart. We're red on the 30-minute chart. But as our teammate pointed out, Aaron, we do have a report coming out at 10 o'clock. So guess what? Now is a great time to go get a cuppa, relax, allow the charts to form, and come on back and see if there is an opportunity. Give that like button a click and let's grow this team and get some visibility with these algos. Thank you so much for that, Matthew, and appreciate you, teammate, for being here as well. What a great environment we have, a great opportunity to do what we love to do with the hopes and dreams, and not possibility, but probability of being able to change our lives and the lives of our family. All it takes is a little bit of time and a little bit of patience. Still very early, 9:35, and guys, I'll be right back as I go get a cuppa and see what happens at 9:45 and then closer to that 10 o'clock report. Let me go ahead and blow up the 5-minute chart. That is exactly what we will be looking at, and I want to show yesterday with it so we can really keep things in proper perspective as far as where the stock price is now. This 544.5 has truly been acting like a magnet if we look back over recent days from Friday and even yesterday. We've gotten under it but come right back to it. We've gotten above it but come right back to it. Same as yesterday, same as today. And even with this huge move down to the 542, somehow the bulls found a way to buy up those lower prices. So there is a lot of liquidity that can potentially be grabbed here, but just unfortunately right now I do not see any algos, so I can't draw any. We're just in some chop right now. I'll be right back. Thank you guys. Alrighty, we're at 9:50. Still being patient. Still allowing the chart to develop. Driving around the country trying to fill orders like a crazy maniac. This guy put it in text. He said, "I'm so glad that you are finally concentrating on your skill instead of driving around the country trying to fill orders like a crazy maniac." This guy is hilarious, man. Get off of here, man. Speaking of which, episode 6 of Trading and Traveling will be released this week. I'm really working on it right now. Like, I'm going to give y'all a behind the scenes. Like, for real, look. Here's the editing right here of episode 6. I don't mean to give you that part, but hold on. Here's some editing parts that I'm doing right now in the episode. So this is the episode that I am working on right now, doing the cuts in it, doing some of the edits in it. Let me see if there's anything I could probably show y'all real quick. I don't know. You're probably just gonna have to wait. Hold on. I'll give you a little sneak peek right here. It's a little sneak peek. This is when I first got to Nevada. Don't worry, I'm still watching the stock too. This is when I first got to Nevada and got to the trucking station there. And I couldn't believe how just when I went to a regular gas station, a regular truck station, that even the truck station was set up like a casino. So just a little sample right there. It gets crazier. Episode 6 will be out this week. Trading and travel. Working on that. Don't forget, we still have that 10 o'clock report coming out. And as we expand our trading knowledge, we are beginning to understand that every day is not going to be a tradable day. Some days are going to be great days for an investor, and some days will be a great day for a trader. The beautiful thing about that is that we have the power to sit on our hands and only get involved when the best possible setups present themselves, and only get involved when we have edge. Unlike those big hedge funds and the rest of the professional money managers who have hundreds, even billions of dollars under management, they have to trade every day no matter what. You and I don't. So let us not misuse that superpower. The market presents trading opportunities all the time. All you have to do is be patient. And if one doesn't manifest itself, that's okay too. Protecting money is actually more important than making money. So knowing not when to trade is equally as important as knowing when to trade. So I want to applaud everybody for your patience. And it is still early. Still very early. You know, at any given time, the market can show out. Just want to show some previous days so we can continue to kind of keep things in their proper perspective. I can see why we had it here. We are getting a break here. This is looking good. This is looking good. Let's see if we get a continuation. Already identified the area that I think it will come down to. Highlighted that. Let's see if we can get a close on the other side and a continuation combined with that 10 o'clock report. is. Yep. Best to wait. And that's why I went ahead and drew this area so that no one would get too excited or faked out by this first move. This is the continuation move that you want to see or be a part of. Still so close. Still so close. A lot of indecision right now. Best to stand aside, let the bullies fight. Identified this area as an area of demand. Now, it wasn't obvious. I had to go back a couple other days and find it, but you can also find it a couple days ago, and you can even find it in pre-market, this actual area of demand that I highlighted with this box. Don't know what's going to happen here, but we do know that this is an area of potential interest in trade. Just have to wait and see. Alrighty, Aaron said, I definitely like to see a close and continuation for this one, just because of the report. Even if it shoots down fast, don't want to be caught in a washout. Exactly, and what Aaron is referring to is the market shooting down fast and then retracing from that move, commonly called a washout long. A lot of time left on the clock. That was definitely the move there, that continuation that we wanted to see, but don't want to be early. There's that 10 o'clock candle. Again, I don't want to be early. Everyone's thinking that. Everyone wants to be involved. And being early will get you snatched up. We've already identified this area as a hidden area of demand. And what happens at demand? You find bullish support, and that's what you're finding now. So a lot of liquidity that can be used actually for a call, believe it or not, potentially in this area, as I do see an algo forming. I see some controlled selling that we're in with the potential to break out of this. What's that? 543. Okay. With a potential to break out of this controlled selling. We have been able to identify an algo finally. A lot of time on this clock. I'm getting in right there for a call. I just got in for a call. At the top of this algo, we will see. For those of you who want to wait for a little more confirmation, you'll want to see us close on the outside of this selling algo and have a continuation candle on the other side. A lot of time still left in this candle, so I'm not pushing the panic button. This is ideal, what we want to see here. We are in this controlled selling algo. And what I want to see is a break out of that algo. Knowing that there is a lot of liquidity that has and can be used here. Having the ability to identify this demand area here also helped me see where the bulls would come back in this market. A lot of time still left on this candle. Again, depending upon your risk level and risk tolerance, you might want to wait and see a close outside of this controlled selling algo with a continuation candle moving above it. That might be what is good and suitable for you. Two minutes left in this candle. A lot of time left in this candle. A lot of time left in this candle. Okay. As I now start to go into profit, I'm going to start taking some off. Give me some of this money. I love it. I love it. Give me some more of this monies. Give me some more of this monies. Yes. Busting this thing in the head. That's how we do here. Show you where I took those exits at, guys. So I wanted to see, as you know, we make money within 5 minutes. Was able to get that money right there beautifully. Well, I'm gonna give it an opportunity to retrace, because this right here, that's why I left that blue line there as well. Now let's take some of that while you're presenting yourself, while you just bounced up. More money's taken off the table. More money has been taken off of the table. Sorry, wrong color. Alrighty. Now we have clearly broken outside of this controlled selling algo. We're just waiting to see if we get that continuation candle that I said I would love to see for some of you guys. Knowing that this was still an early candle with this move, that's why I got in early. Yes, it fluctuated, but by me understanding the algos and understanding what's at stake, being able to recognize a demand zone, being able to recognize the controlled selling, being able to recognize that we're bouncing from the demand zone, attempting to break out of this controlled selling, taking all of these bears with us as liquidity to take the price higher. And now I'm sitting very lovely as we ride to the bank. That was my ad signal there. Wanting to see what we do here around that ad signal. Wasn't even really planning on trading today, unless an A+ setup came. But as we stated, the market always gives us an opportunity to make some money if we understand what's going on. And of course, only trade by your level of understanding. Let me tell you what this area also represents and why, for those of you who don't know, what this area also represents right here. Specifically, I'm talking about the 543.98 area. This also represents where the candle will go from red to green on the day. We have a candle change possibly at this area. And that's why I wanted to be involved. For the possible candle change. It's not happening. Let's go ahead and cash out. We'll take that last bit of money off. No problemo. I didn't get that continuation that I wanted to see immediately, so I wasn't going to hang on because I can always get back in. Very grateful for that money. Lunch on me. Well, that trade is done. Let's totally regroup and find another. Thank you, Mo Money. So we have officially broken out of this controlled selling. And the reason I was saying that it was controlled selling, because we had lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Let me show it to you better here on the handy dandy line chart right here. Lower highs, lower lows. And then we broke out of it. And at the same time, you can see us forming an inverse head and shoulders live. I'm going to go ahead and highlight it right here. Head. Liquidity grab, left shoulder. This is a liquidity grab right now with the right shoulder. So now I'm even more happy at the fact that I got out at this area, because you don't know what could happen here. The stock could go back and reverse, or it could continue on its way. Let's also identify on the daily chart real quick. Let's pull that up. What I'm looking at also on the daily chart. At that 543.98 area, this candle goes from red on the day to green on the day. There will be a lot of bears who have to cover. We got close to that area. I took profit at that area knowing that there's going to be a little bit of conversation before that happens. Everyone wants it to happen immediately, but it's still very early. But I didn't want to deal with the fluctuation of the option price, so I got out while it was up. Because you know, any slight adverse move, that option price really drops. So this is also what I'm looking at on the daily chart in a larger time frame for taking a call in this area. The only question is, will the bears defend it or will they give it up? Armed with that knowledge, trade as you will. Trade based on your level of understanding. The 15-minute chart down here at the bottom left. You see we have a new 15-minute chart, 30-minute chart here in the middle. We are attempting to put in a new high on the 30-minute chart as well. Not only does this area represent going green on the day, looking at the daily, looking at the weekly, we're only 20 more cents above that from going green on the week. It's turning out to be an exciting day, even though we are still choppy, indicating right now by this doji candle, but there's a lot at stake right now. So I am going to pull back and let the bullies fight. I'm going to pull back and let these guys fight and pick a direction. This is exactly what Aaron was talking about when he spoke about not getting caught in that wash. That's what this is here. This is called a washout, where it went bearish. The bulls bought up all of these lower prices, and a lot of times these turns into washout longs. This is a great indicator to take a long position. Kinda want to get in, and there we go. Trade based on your understanding. There she goes. Should have held on to that damn runner. Sheesh. Should have held on to that runner. It's okay. I will be patient. Is anybody in the call right now? Interesting enough, has anyone decided or chosen based upon your level of understanding and trading that you want to be in a call right now? Not yet. No trades today yet. That's great. That's great. Not taking a trade is just as valuable as winning a trade, because we avoid making mistakes, we avoid carelessness, and we're exercising the power that we have to choose to participate or stand aside. If you don't see a clear edge, There's nothing wrong in standing aside. The market has to move regardless. Still somewhat of a choppy day, indicated by this small body doji currently. And the market is battling back and forth because control of not just the day, but control of the week is at stake right now currently. So let us stand aside. Outside of that shit. Purple on the outside of that shit. Very aggressive move. Got some tapering going on. Either in the money or closest to current share price. When you're choosing your options, what strike price do you go for? Closest to in the money or closest to the current share price? Good question. Matthew said, when choosing your options, what strike price do you go with? The closest to in the money or the closest to the current share price? That varies depending upon what type of trade it is. If it's a trend trade or a scalp trade. If it's a scalp trade, meaning that you're not going to be in the trade long, then you definitely want to do at the money. Not so much so in the money. You want to do it at the money. That's pretty good, and it's a pretty good price. And if you're right, it's going to move very, very fast. If you're doing a trend trade, then you want to give yourself a little bit of room, because the adverse price with the option chain, the way it moves is really, really crazy. To watch yourself be up and watch it drop just from a little bitty move. That's when more out of the money, is a more of a benefit. So that way, if you're going to be holding it for a longer time, allow the stock price to come into it so that early fluctuation won't shake you out. Also, one of the things that I personally do, let me pull it up here. I'm going to show you real quick. I am going to show you. Okay. From the open until 11 o'clock in the morning, I use at the money options with 0 DTE expirations. After 1 o'clock, I use out of the money options and next day expiration. Because after in the evening, we have, theta that's working against us, time decay that's working against us. So with that next day expiration after 1 o'clock, it gives you some room, it gives you time, and the stock price isn't as volatile. But anything before that, I love to use at the money 0 DTE. And in the afternoon, I like to use next day expirations and out of the money. A lot of that has to do with how much volume is in the market as well. As you would hear me come on here and ask the team, what's the volume looking like today? How's the volume looking? Well, that is going to have the relative volume. Let's be specific, the relative volume. In fact, if we could have someone right now, if you have the time to tell us what the relative volume for today is, that would be great. And I'll tell you also, Matthew, what I'll start doing is calling out which strike price I'm particularly looking at. Even though it may vary, because I might be looking to take a scalp, you might be looking to take a trend on it. It all depends. But like for that call that I took here, the last recent call, that was at the money. And the price went up very lovely. But on this adverse move here, the price came down so ridiculously that I wanted to get out. I didn't want to give. I didn't even want to break even. I wanted to, get out while I was still in profit. Only to have it turn right back around on the very next candle and shoot right back up. But that happens. But for P&L, I was able to make a good amount of money just in this candle that closed before all of this happened. And right now we're still in that chop. We've gone from green to red, from green back currently to red on the day. It is what it is. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Also, let me show you something else too, teammates, as well as Matthew and team. I also want to identify the profit-taking level on the chart or the area. Once I identify the profit-taking level, that'll let me know really if it's going to be a scalp or a trend trade. And then I need to call out aloud whether it's a scalp or a trend. If it's a scalp, I'm all in and I'm all out in 5 minutes. If it's a trend trade, then I take profits at the end of the 5 minutes, but then I leave a runner. Also, additionally, before entering a trade, always look at the 30-minute candle and don't trade against it, period. So far, that has been working. And it was on the beginning of this 30-minute candle here at 10 o'clock that we participated in that call here at 10 o'clock. We got the best we could out of it. The next area of interest for me will be above the 544. Just wanted to publicly make that known. What's my energy drink? Is it in the freezer? Again, guys, the best thing that I could do for us right now, just to give us the understanding of what's going on. Right now, there's a battle for the candle for the day. There's also a battle for control of the week right now. So in my opinion, and I'm just going off of what the charts are showing us, we're in a little bit of a chop right now. So I kind of want to just stand aside, allow something to happen, let somebody make a move, and then I look to counter that move or join in on a continuation of that move. But what I don't want to do is be a part of that move initially, because this is fighting going on. 30-minute candle. This could potentially be what we were looking for. New 30-minute candle. This could potentially be what we were looking for. You got to keep going a little bit more for me. The 544.32 is my area of interest. The 544.32. It's not until we get above this area would I be interested in a call. I'm not interested in a put unless we get below 543. 10 area. Put an alarm here as well. And that will do it for me this morning. I'm really interested in coming back around 1 o'clock. Keep it into mind, today is Tuesday. We identify what's going on. We identify the power struggle right now. That no one is in control right now. The best thing for us to do is stand aside right now. Set alarms right now, because if you study this too long, you will begin to see things that are not there. Is the checklist posted? Let me look at that, because I think it should automatically update when I make changes. But then I will take a look at that and make sure it is. And make sure it is. Thank you for that. But Lance, I am a little bit interested in coming back at 1 o'clock. You know, I'm here at the home office. I'm relaxed. I'm comfortable. So I'm really very, very interested in what happens at 1 o'clock today. A little bit interested in this move. If we can get to that 544, let's get a close above it. If we can get a close above it. But remember, like I said, I don't want to be a part of the first move. I want to be a part of the second move. I don't want to be a part of the anticipation. I want to be a part of the continuation after confirmation. I did not see it in the playbook. Let me look, Lance. Pull it up right now. I will jump on that right now. Nope, you're right. It's not in there. I'm looking at it now. How to set up your charts. And then that's where it should go, right after how to set up your charts. So I will get that added to it. I will definitely add that to it. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Yeah, it's not in there. Yep, I see that now. I guess because initially it was just a way of me reminding myself. You know, keeping myself in checks and balances, you know. But I started trying to think like an airplane pilot, you know. It's like no matter what, they go through a checklist before they take off every time. You know, even if they're doing a turnaround, they still have to go through that same strenuous checklist. And if we can develop ourselves to do that before we take a trade, this will add to that consistency. And this is pretty much around that same level of flying. But I'm going to go ahead and step away here, guys. Come back at 1 o'clock. Go ahead and get that added. And I'll let you know, Lance, when we add that. I'm going to do it this afternoon. Look and see... hopefully what happens at 1. Right now we just have some sideways action, but I do thank you guys for joining. Enjoy the day as well, and look out for any notifications. If you see a notification and decide to jump back on, We'll be happy to see you. If not, look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining and being part of this team. God bless you. Bye for now.